Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. I'm going to be showcasing 6 Pokemon from the 6 sweeps I've done. Starting off with Marsh Shadow. They start off with a Slowbro. I'm like, oh, Slowbro is a special attacker, but nope, uses knockoff, physical move. I'm like, why'd that do so much? But of course, I don't know why, but I just couldn't figure it out. Until they use Sucker Punch, and I use Max Phantasm. It's a Zoroark. I'm like, wow, I'm dumb. They use Sucker Punch, bring me down to about half. Max Knuckle kills, and gives me +1 attack. Gliscor comes out. I use Max Airstream to get my speed up. He makes the grave mistake of using Swords Dance. So basically, Marsh Shadow has this special move called Spectral Thief, where they steal the boost of the opposing Pokemon. So basically, they protect the first one, but Spectral Thief takes the boost and absolutely obliterates this thing. Next up, they send out Ferrothorn. I Drain Punch, gain my HP back, but Iron Barbs combined with Life Orb brings it down pretty low. Spectral Thief kills this thing, because, you know, it's a psychic type. Then the actual Slowbro comes out, uses Protect, which does nothing in the long run. Spectral Thief kills this thing. I'm actually kind of low, and I'm like, wait a sec. Oh no. Mega Evolves, Bullet Punch leaves you on 9%. Drain Punch kills it. And that's the Life Orb Marsh Shadow sweep. Game 2 with the Moxie Gyarados sweep. Orbeetle comes out, Weavile comes out. I first gets King's Rock, and King's Rock makes your moves be able to flinch. And of course, he uses Speed Up, which hits me 6 times, kills the Orbeetle, and I'm like, oh, it's just gonna try to flinch me. Then Gyarados comes out, Dynamaxes, because fun fact, you can't flinch Dynamax Pokemon. Hits me 6 times. I use Max Airstream in case this thing is, you know, anything on its team is faster than me. Garchomp dies to 1 Max Geyser. Moxie activates again. Togekiss comes out, dies to a Max Geyser. Moxie. Here's where things get a bit scary. Buzzwole comes out, but I use Bounce, which only has 85% accuracy. So if I miss, I get take tons of damage. Urshifu Rapid Strike comes out. I'm in the same scenario again, but luckily I hit the bounce again. And for Melmetal, that's why I carry Earthquake. And that's the Moxie Gyarados. Now this next one is a solo Mega Blastoise sweep. Ludicolo comes out. I use Shell Smash. And they use Rain Dance. But now we're both at just +2. I use Dark Pulse, kill that thing. Sharpedo comes out. I don't even know why it didn't protect. So then I give it a speed boost. So then Mega Swampert, still faster. Water Pulse kills. Alright, and then Toxapex comes in. Yep. Deals pretty minimal damage with Hydro Pump. Dark Pulse kills it. Now the scary guy comes in, Dracovid. I use Dark Pulse, doesn't kill. He uses Max Mindstorm, brings it down pretty low. I use Dark Pulse, I kill, and then he brings him out. My Dark Pulse doesn't kill, but then he uses Surf, and if you didn't know, he gets Pikachu. If you hit him, you take damage. I hit him, he kills me, but since he went down first, I still technically won that match. And there was Shell Smash, Mega Blastoise. Now we got Z Hypnosis Xurkitree sweep. Sends out the Metagross. Oh, I miss the Z Hypnosis, but my speed goes up. Use the Psycho Cut, deals huge damage. Hypnosis. I use Tail Glow to make my special attack go up super high. Dazzling Gleam kills the Zarude. Garbodor comes out, dies to a Thunderbolt. Metagross, sleeping, comes out. I don't know why he Dynamaxed his sleeping Pokemon. I mean, it did make it survive one hit, but didn't wake up. So next up, they send out their Ninetales, but just dies. And then they send out their Galvantula, which dies to a Dazzling Gleam. Jirachi comes out, Thunderbolt. He goes GG, I go GG, and he goes good stuff. Alright, now we've got Poison Heal Gliscor. Start out with Deoxys. I use Taunt because I think he's just going to use, like, Swords Dance, but he just uses Earthquake. And even a +1 speed, Mega Blaziken doesn't outspeed Deoxys, so I get some Rocks up. He goes, and he uses Close Combat, but I just go Swords Dance. And I want my HP back, so I use Protect. He uses Earthquake on my Flying type, so I'm like, is this guy just gonna let me get a free Swords Dance? And he did. Now he realizes, oh crap. So he goes for Close Combat. I Protect to get some HP. Goes on Primarina, but honestly, I think he should have done that sooner if he was going to. Then this Espeon comes out, outspeeds, and just does massive damage. Earthquake kills. And then Shaman Sky comes out. I Protect. I'm like, oh wait, crap. That thing's probably gonna kill me. So I Dynamax. I was right. It would have killed me. But I used Max Rockfall to just completely destroy that thing. And at this point, I'm pretty sure the game's over, but can't say that word, comes out. I use Max Rockfall and just destroy that thing. Salamander the Salamence comes out, but even Dynamax still goes down to a single Max Rockfall. But then the Blaziken comes out, and I'm pretty sure it outspeeds me at +1. I thought he was going to Protect, so I protected just in case, but no, he just went for Close Combat. So I'm pretty sure I could have won right there, but it's fine. I still have enough health to live this Close Combat, retaliate with an Earthquake, and kill this thing. There is the Poison Heal Gliscor sweep. Now for my final one, Belly Drum Charizard, which, if you didn't watch the video, I said that it took way too long. Oh, and it did. Deoxys Speed goes out against the Greninja. I'm like, oh, it's probably going to have a Dark-type move. It goes for Gunk Shot of all things. It poisoned did tons of damage, so I can kind of see it. So I set up Spikes, because I'm like, oh, I can't poison it, it's Poison-type. But switches to Ground-type, so I can poison it. Goes for another layer of Spikes, and I'm like, does this guy realize that I'm a Flying-type, and Spikes don't affect Flying-types? So then I switch in, he goes Dynamax, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the end. But then he just goes for Max Flutterby. I guess this guy didn't carry a water move on his Greninja. I Belly Drum, eat the Citrus Berry. I'm like, oh, I can just Dynamax. He uses Max Ooze, which brings me down pretty low. But Max Airstream is enough to kill this thing. Lopunny comes out, and it's just gonna Mega Evolve and Fake Out, which gets really close to killing, but just 50%. So I up my speed again. Sends out his Landorus, which lowers my attack. Doesn't really matter though. Max Airstream still kills that thing. Sends out Corviknight, and I luckily got the hit and didn't miss. Tapu Fini comes out, but it just goes down to 1 Acrobatics. But there's the Salamence, which, if I didn't have Dragon Claw, would have resisted my moves. Alright, yeah, and that's all 6 of my Pokemon sweeps. Remember to like, subscribe, and always max out your speed EVs.